Right, so the first card you've got for your past is this amazing Magician here. Fantastic card. So you've got some amazing cards here. Really good cards. Yeah, the only thing is you've got the Five of Pentacles in the middle, but and the Six of Pentacles. So with those two cards, apart from all these other good ones, with those two cards, it feels like you're ready to go ahead, you're ready to move ahead with a lot of things you want to do. I'm seeing that. You've got a lot of things you want to do. It's like New Year, I want to do this, I want to do that, lots and lots of things. Now, at the moment, it feels like there's a block there. It feels like there are a couple of blocks around you in different areas. I'm definitely seeing a money block with these two money cards here. So I think there's some kind of money block. It's stopping you from moving forward. At the moment, it feels like you're stuck on that. It's like, all I need is for that to be moved out of my way and I could move forward. You've got ambitions, because the Magician and, you know, the Queen of Wands can be about ambitions and wanting to have that power, wanting to have that career. So there's some kind of career thing that you're waiting to do. There's a money block. That's what I'm getting. Now, and it feels like, you know, it's the new year, and then it's nearly the middle of the new year. It's nearly the middle of January. But I think for you, it feels like it hasn't started yet. It's like, when's my new year going to start? Everyone else is saying, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I can't quite do that because I'm waiting for this block. So what this is telling you is, okay, before I say that, I'm getting this coming into me right now, right? I think someone's going to be forced to turn around and give you this money or whatever it is. Now, it might be a person, it might be an institution, it might be a work thing, it might be that someone owes you some kind of compensation for something like that, because it feels a little bit like that. You know, it feels a little bit like, you know, some kind of institution. It doesn't have to be, but there's some kind of money block that's going to come in. But what I'm getting here is, you've got to not focus on that. It is coming in. It is going to take some time to come in. I have to say that. Now, I don't want to be negative. I'm not saying that to annoy you. I know you're very stressed and you're waiting to start your new year, but you're focused on that. You're like, oh, when is this one last thing going to change so that I can finally move on? So what this is telling you with this Magician and this Queen of Wands is, go ahead with anything you want to do anyway. I know some things you want to do take money to do, but try and work around this. Try and focus on where you want to go. Try and focus on planning things now, moving forward in any way you can. Try and take your mind off the negativity around this block and on where you want to go, because that's how you manifest. That's how you manifest things, by looking at the positive. I know that's really irritating for someone who's stressed with a block to hear, oh, just focus on the positive. I know that's so stressful. I feel the same when I hear that, but it's absolutely true. You know, the Magician is showing you that. If you focus on that, if you focus on where you want to go rather than, oh no, I'm missing out on this thing, that's where it's going to come in. And that's what happens when your back's turned. The thing comes in. So I'm seeing that happening to you. Now again, it's not happening quickly, it's happening slowly, but there are things you can do. And by the time that comes in, you'll be well prepared to use that money that comes in for you. But if you don't make those steps now, you might not be prepared to get straight in when it does come in. So I hope that makes sense to someone here. It's going to be a force. It's going to be a force. Yes, this is what I'm getting. It might actually be a person, I don't know. It might be your old boss. But it's some person who has this public face. It might be a company. It's some public face. It's like, I've got a public face. I want to show myself to the world as being very nice, very good, very wonderful. And if you look at that Six of Pentacles, you've got that on there. It's like, look at me, I'm giving money to people, I've got a public face, I'm such a nice person. But actually, they're not really like that. So yeah, I keep on getting a company, institution, some kind of thing that has a public face of, oh, I know everything. Might be the government. Oh, I'm very wonderful, I'm so generous, I'm so kind. But actually what's happening in the background is they're not like that. But they're going to be forced to do this because if they don't lose this, they're going to lose that public face. It's going to come out. So to save themselves and to save that facade that they're putting on, they're going to have to turn around and give you what you deserve. So I know that sounds a bit strange and abstract, but if the right person hears that, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It's going to come in, but turn your back on that. Don't focus on that right now. Focus on other things, focus on planning, focus on, what you can do now, and then look forward. So that's the message I'm getting now. Okay. I'm getting a really nice love connection here, actually. It's kind of, it's a very strong connection. It's a very strong connection, but it's, do you know what it's like? My eye's just looking over at that Two of Pentacles there. And it looks like an elastic band around those two pentacles. So I'm getting this kind of elastic love connection. So what I mean by that is, I know that sounds a bit crazy, but it's like it pings apart and then it comes back together again. You know when you pull elastic and then it comes back again? That's the kind of relationship I'm getting. So this is someone you've been with before. This is someone you've been backwards and forwards with before. It feels like you've got a very deep connection with them, very, very deep connection. And it's almost like you're always connected. Very strange. You're always connected, even when you're not together. You've known this person for a long time, I think. I think you've connected in the past. I think what happened is, this is what I'm getting with this. If this is you, you were with this person. I'm not sure how far you are together, but you're very, very strongly connected. Very, very strongly connected. And what's happened is, there's something around this, or there was someone around this when you were with them that got in between you. Now, it feels to me like it was someone around them. And you just had to put a stop to this, or it came to an end, because really you felt like there was a third person or a third thing. It may have been a third party, it might not be, but some outside force that it feels like it was around them. And it was in the way of this connection, and you just couldn't be around that anymore. And I'm not sure what happened, but there was a short shock. I'm seeing a sharp shock here that happened really quickly, and then you came apart. But you're still connected. I'm getting that really, really clearly for someone here. I know this is all quite specific here, but this is what I'm picking up on. Now, with this Magician here, what I'm getting is they might be pinging back to you again at some time soon. I think they will, because they want to manifest this with you back again. They really miss you. They want to be back with you again. Now, yeah, they're just manifesting right now. They're just daydreaming right now. They're just thinking about this. But what this is telling me is, with this sequence between the Magician and the Queen of Wands, at the moment they're just trying to manifest, but soon they're going to come and talk to you. They're going to come and move forward. Now, before they talk to you, they're going to do other things first, I think. But at the moment, they're just dreaming, they're just thinking, but they are going to take some kind of action soon. I'm seeing that very clear, because they do want to be close to you. Now, I think for you, because the Queen of Wands can be about decisions. You know, should I go one side? Should I go the other side? So I think there's a decision coming up for you when they come back. Yeah, there was this person or this thing or this block around them, and that's what separated you. So I think what's going to happen is, they've got to make a decision to get rid of whatever this is. You've got to make a decision to make that very clear to them, that that's what they're going to have to do. And not just that, beyond that, your voice has to be heard. You have to let them know that that's what they have to do. And not just that, it's I want you to know how I feel. I want you to know how this made me feel. When you have this other block and you let them override what we had. We had something amazing, and you know, you just didn't listen. You didn't do anything about this. Someone overrode our love connection, and that's why we came apart. And I tried to tell you, but you didn't listen to me. This time you have to listen. You have to listen to what we need to do if we're going to go forward as a couple. and you have to listen to how I feel. You have to listen to how I feel, and you have to hear how I feel, and you have to take that on board. And you have to do that this time. So I think that's what's going to happen if you do get together with this person this time. You need to let your voice be heard. I'm seeing that very strongly here. And not just with this love connection, I'm seeing it in other areas as well. And I'll get to that soon because I'm seeing that over there. But yeah, on an emotional level and on a spiritual level, you're very, very, very closely connected. And I think you know that, I think you've always known that there's an opportunity, or not an opportunity, but there would be some time where they would come back to you again. Because again, I'm getting this elastic, and they keep on coming backwards, pinging backwards and forwards. So that's going to happen again for you soon. But really think about what you want. Really think about what you need from this. Be heard this time when they come back, if you do want to go ahead with them, with this thing. Right, so the first card you've got for your future is this Four of Wands. So amazing card. So you've got some fantastic cards here. This is one of them. This is 1111. So I'm getting a few different things. I keep on getting blocks here that are in the way of you doing things. Very, very frustrating. And I think what happens is you feel as if you're moving forwards a little bit. You're kind of taking one step forward into where you want to go in life, and then you start remembering the block. It's the money block, it's the other things, it's everything that's held you back. And you start going, oh, that's not fair. It's not fair. Why am I still stuck here? Everyone else is racing ahead. The first thing is try not to compare yourself with anyone that's around you. Especially on social media. Never ever do that. Everyone has their own problems behind closed doors. Everyone's struggling with themselves. It's not just you. Focus on yourself. Don't focus on other people. And you can see here, the block is going to turn around. The gates are opening. Again, this is 1111. So things are starting to shift into place. You probably don't see them now, but they're happening behind the scenes. They're happening behind closed doors. Again, it's going to be slow. But that money is going to come into you. But try not to get into the negative mode. Try not to get into the negative mode. And I think that's what this Four of Wands is reminding you. This is going to happen. And again, you've got the Four of Wands here with all these red roses. Next to that, on the left, you've got the Magician with lots of red roses. Red roses are about manifestation. So you can see you've got two here showing you that. And also next to that on the right, if you look all the way across, you've got the Nine of Pentacles, money coming in for you. So it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Yes, you have got to wait. You've got more waiting happening, but it is going to happen. So I just have to keep on telling that to someone who doesn't quite see that. Okay, I've got something else here. Yeah, I'm seeing someone who's a lot older than you. And what I'm getting is there's a big worry around someone. It might be an elderly relative for someone here. Now, I'm seeing a lot of this happening because, we've got lockdowns, we've got people who can't see each other, people who families usually get together, they can't do that, depending on where you are in the world. Obviously, it's happening where I am. But there's someone who's a lot older than you, if this is you. And they've got this feeling in their head of, am I ever going to see them again? Ever? Am I ever going to see them again? When am I going to see them again? So if you know who that is, please call them, please talk to them, please put their mind at ease. I can see you're a very good listener because that's what you do. Again, your voice isn't heard very often. People use you as a listener. Now, this person isn't using you, but yeah, you need to be there for this person. You need to listen to them. You need to try and soothe them and just make them feel a bit better. They're very anxious, they're very worried. So I think with this person, you've just got to be there for them. And I think what you're going to have to do is talk to them quite a lot. I think you're going to have to call them. See if you can just call them a little bit every day. Just, how are you today? Doesn't matter what you talk about, doesn't matter. I think they just want to know that you're around them. They want to feel you around them because they're worried that they might not ever feel you around them again. I know that sounds horrible, but that's really what's in this person's mind, if that's you. So just call them every day. Doesn't have to be a lot. Just say, hey, just popping in, just checking up on you. How are you today? Okay, all right, well, I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Just something like that. And I think they'll really love that. They'll really love that. And that'll make them feel a lot better. It'll give them that boost. A lot of people with what's happening in the world, they're really needing that connection. They're really needing that boost. Especially older people. It's quite hard for a lot of people. So yeah, if that's you, just keep on calling, just keep on contacting, and just be there as much as you can. Right, so with this love connection, I can see this here. Yeah, they're watching you. They're watching you. They're waiting for the right time to contact you. Yeah, I'm getting this kind of circling around. You know when birds circle around and then they swoop down on their prey. I'm not saying that's going to happen to you, but yeah. They're thinking about how they're going to contact you. They're thinking about what they're going to do. So I think what's going to happen is, if you look at this Five of Pentacles, you've got these poor people here, and they're circling around the church. They're walking around and around the church. And they're doing that because they want to find a way in. And they want to be in the warmth. They want to be in the light. And you represent that to this person. You represent the warmth and the light. And they miss that. They miss being around you. And they want that. But at the moment, they're walking around and they're thinking, how am I going to talk to them? How can I get a way in? Because they know that last time there was that person in between you, or that block in between you, that force that stopped you from being together. And they know that that's upset you. So they've got that on their head as well. So, okay, this is what I'm getting. I think what's going to happen is, they're going to pop up around you. So what I mean by, not like a jack-in-the-box. What I mean is, say if you're on social media, it's something like this. Say if you're on social media and you see them pop up in a comment to someone else. And you're like, oh, okay, I haven't seen them for a while. It's that kind of thing. And then you see them popping up again somewhere else. Or they start liking one of your friends' things. And you go, oh, okay. And then they're in your mind. Or if you're not on social media, it might be that someone tells you about them. So if that happens to you, and it happens in small ways, it's going to start to happen in tiny little ways. You're going to start to see this happening. Very, very tiny. And I think if you think that's a coincidence, if you think, oh, that's a coincidence, I haven't seen them for a while. What I want to tell you is it's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. They're doing this to test the waters. And I know that sounds a bit creepy. I know it does, but it's not. It's not. You've got the Ace of Cups down there. Pure love. So they do have love for you, and it's very pure. They're not being creepy. They're not calculating. They're not doing anything like that. What they're doing is that they're worried, really, really worried that, last time they didn't listen. Last time they just didn't do what you asked them. They let this person come between you, or whatever this was. And they're really, really worried. So they're just trying to kind of slowly pop up to see how you react. So the first thing is kind of popping up around you somewhere. The next thing is they might like something of yours. Or if you haven't got social media, you might see them around you somewhere in some way. So very slowly coming closer. So that's what I'm feeling happening for you. And yeah, they've got pure intentions, again, with this Ace of Cups here. So I think what I'm getting here is with this Ace of Cups again is, they do want to let go of their past. They do want to start afresh. They do want to do that. And I think they are willing to do that. But I think, again, you've got to make sure that they're listening to you. Again, you've got to make sure of that. I think you've got to get proof of that. I think you've got to get lots of more assurity than you did last time to make sure that you are getting what you want. And it's not just on a practical level, because this is the Ace of Cups down here. This is on an emotional level. So you've got to say to them, look, I want you to listen, not just to what I'm saying, but how I'm feeling. How does this make me feel? Last time you let this person come between us, it really, really hurt me. And I want you to know how I feel. I don't want that to happen again. I want you to really, really be there for me now. You need to be my partner. If someone else comes between us, you can't just say, oh, I didn't think that happened. I didn't hear that. I didn't see that. Oh, it's just nothing. Don't worry about it. Don't listen to them. No, You need to listen to me. You need to stand up for me. You need to be there for me this time. So I know I've said a similar thing before, so I'm not going to say that again, but it keeps on popping up again and again and again. But yeah, they have got to listen to what you have to say. Now, this could be a very, very strong connection. It already is. This, at the moment, it's a strong connection in the emotional world, in the spiritual world. It could be a strong connection in the practical world. It could turn to marriage if that's something you want, because the Four of Wands can be about that. It may or may not be what you want, but it could head toward that very, very strong, solid territory, if that makes sense. But they have to listen to you. And it's not just them having to listen to you. It's you making sure that people listen to you.